about what to do for a fish. So after that slight disaster of a field trip, we are going to go to Target because there's a bunch of stuff that I need, and I just feel like this is a good time to do it. I got done a little bit early today, and crisis averted. We got all like 50 kids back to school, and so I'm gonna do some quick shopping, and in the end I got to get some moss for the fish because I'm kind of obsessed with this fish thing. If you saw my video about the betta that I got last year that passed away, I was devastated when that fish passed away. So I am determined that this fish is going to live and thrive and be happy. And if I have to go out and buy real moss, then that is what I'm going to do. It's now Wednesday and I still don't have a video. There's no video. It's Wednesday and I don't have a video because I am working on my presentation for tomorrow that I have to give on AI, and we've been sick. We've just been so busy. There was Halloween, the whole family got sick, and we've just been running around. So there's no video. There's no video and I'm stuck. I was like, I don't even know what to talk about. So I'm gonna finish my presentation, and then hopefully I will be able to think of something to talk about in a video other than being extremely busy and the fact that I have no video. Heading out to the parking lot where my friends are actually tailgating during the meeting. So I'm gonna have some food. I was like, I have to get something out there. I have to put something out there because I missed a week. I missed a Saturday, possibly because I wasn't here. I was doing the garden cleanup for my dad, and I have no time, and I had to do the presentation, which, let me tell you, teachers have some very strong ideas about AI in the classroom. And I would love to hear other people's thoughts about this because as a teacher, and I teach high school, so as a high school teacher, I feel like I don't want to ignore AI. And so many teachers came back at me like, I'm just going to pen and paper. I'm going to pen and paper because the kids are all cheating. Well, there are kids that are cheating. There are kids that are using it, and there are kids that are not. And it's a part of our world now. And I really for me, I like knowing what's out there, being informed, and then addressing it. It's like when you stand on the scale and you see that you've gone up a half of a pound. I don't ignore that. I'm like, whoa, back it up. Let's eat better until that half of a pound goes away, because it's only half a pound. It could be water, blah blah blah. Yeah, but let's address it. Let's look at it. Let's address it, and let's fix it. And so that's sort of the way I feel with AI. Let's, it's here. Don't ignore it. Don't say, well, it's just going to go away, or I'm going to address it with just using pencil and paper. I want to show the kids that yes, there are some programs out there that can detect it, but really I can detect it. I walk the room, I know you, we've talked, and I know your syntax, I know, your your tone, your diction. Like I know I have this example of a kid that didn't know didn't know to capitalize Canada and Tokyo, but used the word in the next paragraph, unsurmountable, perfectly and spelled correctly. No, child, no. Like, I know that, you know that, and I want you to know that you're going to get caught. And also, I want them to know that if this is what you're producing, people will think that this is you, and then you might be called upon to stand in front of a room and speak as eloquently as you just wrote. And if you can't deliver, it's going to be humiliating for everyone involved. So you can use it to check grammar. You can use it for ideas. You can use it for where would be the best research. But you can't use it to pretend to be you. And so that's my feelings on it. And there were teachers that are just like, no, you can't use it responsibly. No, it can't read your essay. That's wrong. That's cheating. You can't use it to correct your grammar because that's cheating. And so my counter argument to that is, well, what's the difference between having AI read over your essay and check your grammar versus going to a parent and having them read it over and check your grammar? And then aren't some kids disadvantaged because their parents might work at night, or their parents are ESLs, or their parents don't have a formal education? Why can't they use an AI to read over their work and not change the words? So what I tell my kids is, like, if it changes it to the point where you don't even understand what it's saying, you can't use that. That's wrong. It's not you anymore. But I think it's okay to change, to use it to correct grammar and almost like a tutor. I think that that's responsible because we tell them to check their work and read it over. But if they don't know the mistakes that they're making, they don't know that they're mistakes. And so, and I did have another teacher come back and say, well, no, because then, if it's an ESL kid, we're supposed to be teaching them English. So, we're not doing our job if we're not teaching them English. I'm like, well, we are. I'm just saying that this is another tool that's out there to help. And I don't know. I firmly believe that each and every teacher should have a right to do what they feel comfortable with in their classroom. I am not the person that's going to be, this is the way everyone should do it because we're all doing things the same way. For example, we have an administrator right now that thinks everyone should run class discussions in exactly the same way with like a little timer on the board and do the person with the longest hair talks first, person with the shortest hair talks, like that kind of, and I don't like that. I feel that that's really fake. It's not me, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. But then they come into our rooms and like, well, why aren't you doing it that way? And I don't like the micromanaging. I don't like things that feel inauthentic to me. And so if AI feels inauthentic and wrong to a teacher, I definitely don't think that they should be using it. But for everyone that's not using it, I think that there should be people out there that are willing to try it on and see what can be done with it and use it in what they consider to be a responsible way. So anyway, fun times. Fun times. You get a lot of pushback. And then there's just, my dad is continually, oh gosh. And I know people are like, he's old and, you need to do things for him and appreciate your time with him. And yes, he's old, but he's been this way where he thinks the world revolves around him and should revolve around him, where he yells and he screams and he's abusive. He did it to my mom. He's done it to me all my life. Like, I don't think that being old should be an excuse for bad behavior or mistreating people. But he does stress me out. He really stresses me out. He's ranting and raving because a friend from back home didn't contact him in a timely manner, didn't return his emails in a timely manner. It's just like, people have lives. Like, you gotta, just come on, the world does not revolve around you. But I have to deal with him today. And we're going to take my mother-in-law out tomorrow. It was her birthday, so we're going to take her out. It's been a lot. So that's where I have been. Interesting thing I noticed. Louis Vuitton came out with all the pretty, the rainbow colored SLGs in the men's department that I love. But I have been noticing, I'm back to I know I said don't invest in these, and I wouldn't, but I'm wondering if they're being phased out, because I've noticed on the Louis Vuitton website that some of the key holders are no longer available. So I wonder if I'm not the only one saying, like, well, possibly this is not the best investment. And the reason why I have this is because my car key needs a new battery. And I need to take it to a hardware store to do it, because I took the screw off the back and it's just, I don't have the batteries. I don't have the right batteries that go in there, so I'm going to take it to the hardware store. So I'm using this as my wallet right now. It has my house key and my work keys in it, and my one card that I use. So this is what I have right now. And I do love it. Like, I'm not saying that I don't love this. I'm saying that I might potentially not invest in this in the future, just because I don't know that we're going to have keys in the same sense that we have keys right now in the future. But I mean, I have it, so obviously I'm going to use it. I try to, like, revolve out all of my SLGs, and so these are the 2 SLGs that I have right now. Very, very nice. Same old bum bag. Same old. We got the fish. Today we're going to go on a snail hunt, because we would like to get a freshwater snail for the fish tank to eat the algae. I think we want a zebra snail. That's what I think we're looking at. But yes, so that's where I've been. That is the life updates. That's what's going on. And hopefully next week I will have a much better video for you, because this one was kind of, I just felt like I had to get something out there, and it didn't necessarily work out the way I had planned. I brought a camera to my presentation, but like, you could feel the hostility in the room even before. Like, people came in a little combative. Like, you're going to talk about AI? Ooh, but to get you. It just wasn't the best, I was like, oh, these people are not going to be really nice about me filming. And it's so funny, because they're, especially in the world of education, there are some very anti-technology people out there, like teachers. And so, phones go in, on the wall and get hung up, and you're not allowed to have them. And so the idea of someone saying, like, hey, I'm going to film a video for a YouTube channel, seemed like a really bad idea. I didn't want to go there, especially. Oh, this next week is Thanksgiving is coming up, and Thanksgiving is coming up, but it's not next week. So we got another week and then Thanksgiving. So I think I might do, like, eating, like a food diary journal kind of a thing up to Thanksgiving, because I do try to cut back on things right before Thanksgiving, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. But I'm happy now that I can get something out.